Hello, and thank you for listening to this episode of the Billy Newman Photo Podcast. My name is Billy Newman. I'm here today with Marina Hansen. How you doing, Marina?
Hey, Billy, I'm doing well.
Thanks for doing a podcast in the studio again with me. This is episode 79. Recording it again. It's pretty cool.
Oh, man.
Glad we're getting so many out of the way. Got a couple photos to get to in a bit. I think two that are pretty new. One that's like a little bit older. But yeah, I was trying to think of like other cool photo stuff that we've got going on. Not really a ton for me, but I've got like our cool camera bag, like we both got our cool camera bags, but trying to take it to work with me more and trying to like take more photos, but it's been pretty tough. Like 'cause a lot of the time I seem to just like carry it out with me and it just ends up sitting in the passenger seat for most of the day, which is too bad. But I've been trying to go out when there's nice weather or when it looks like there's like something to photograph. Like today, there was a couple of times where there's a few rainbows that showed up over the valley,
Oh, that's cool.
which was kind of nice. There's a couple of nice things. It's cool too right now. And I've been trying to capture this a little bit. In fact, I think I posted a photo the other day of it. Is that there's a lot of bald eagles out in the Willamette Valley right now.
Oh, yeah.
Like out by the Willamette River. I didn't really know this about this area because down in Southern Oregon near the Rogue River, though I have seen a few bald eagles out there, it's really fairly rare to like, oh, hey, whoa, there's a bald eagle out there. I saw a lot of ospreys, like even when I worked down there
I
every
remember
day.
the ospreys.
You'd see the ospreys. You'd see the ospreys kind of fighting off the eagles that were there, which is really cool. It was really fun to see. But it's interesting right now, up here in the winter at least, is when I see them the most. And this is for the third year too. Like even today, there were two big bald eagles out with the sheep out in that field that I look out into.
Oh,
And they were just
wow.
hanging out in there with the crows. And then you see them like take off. And there was like all that crazy wind. It was really windy and stormy and there's a lot of rain. You can see them kind of like flying all over the place. They're like almost too big. They're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Then they're really fast. They like zoomed over to the other side. And then I don't know, perched on something over there. Yeah, it was cool. But they're like really big bald eagles that have moved in to this area. I didn't know this was like one of their habitats over here. But I've been trying to, for the last few weeks, I tried to use the telephoto lens to capture them. I spotted one of them. Like I think, did you see that one that went up the other day?
I did, yeah.
It's
That
a little-
one on the branch.
Kind of a mangy looking bald eagle, but there was one that was out there near one of these sheep barns that's out there past Junction City in that kind of in between land out there, in between that and like Alpine or whatever it is. I'm not really sure. It's kind of the top of Lane County into Benton County, but it's really just farmland out there. And it's a really cool section of land, the Willamette Valley, as it stretches in that area. You just see all those farms and the big kind of open space out there. But I didn't realize there'd be so many eagles. It seems like there's a few different groups of them in different areas that have a habitat in that area. But I don't know if do they migrate? Do you know? I got no
I don't
idea.
know.
I don't remember that.
It's interesting that there's so many. I feel like I've been seeing a lot of like Snapchats and Instagram stories from you
Oh,
recently of all the bald eagles that
yeah.
have been out there. It's interesting that there's so many right now.
Yeah, it is. There's
Or
another.
that they have that cycle of being here.
It is kind of interesting. I just never see them in the heat.
Yeah, I don't think that I really have.
I think they try and stay out of it, but yeah, it's weird just seeing them out in the field, grabbing stuff, hanging out with the crows and the sheep.
Will feel nice.
Yeah, it's weird. I've noticed too. I think that they're dummy eagles, that they like scare eagles, right? Like how we have scarecrows in fields and
Oh.
farms and stuff. It looks like or at least that's what I believe it is. Maybe I'm silly, but it seems like they're taking like I don't know, like a piece of plywood or something that's kind of a triangle and then a top with a white cap, but they're painting like the triangle black with a white cap, and they kind of put it as a post out in the field, and they put it like every few hundred feet or something. I've seen like little fake
Oh.
foxes out in the field or other types of little things that are supposed to spook birds that are.
Yeah. I didn't realize those were supposed to be bald eagles. I've seen those posts with the white triangle.
I might be a
tops.
goofball and I might just be an
It makes it.
irrigator.
Well, I figured they seem like they're.
Oh, I'm pretty
I
sure,
thought they
yeah.
were like a scare thing.
I'm-
The times
yeah.
that I've seen them too, like the way that they're set out, they don't really seem like they're for
I think they're
the
dummy.
plants. They look like they're. Yeah, they look
big
like they're
birds,
supposed to
yeah.
look like an animal or something.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to kind of fool
Oh,
a
that
bird.
makes
Like,
sense,
it
though.
looks like a big old eagle. I don't want to go down to. I don't know
wanna
what
mess
it,
with that.
I don't know what it is really. Like maybe there's a program or people kind of understand that there's other bald eagles around. Maybe it helps. Maybe it
Maybe.
detracts, or keeps them away. I'm not really sure, but I've seen them around a few spots. I figure it's kind of a territory thing. So maybe they see two, they won't really go
Oh,
there
sure.
that
Yeah, it's
much.
already an
I don't
occupied
know.
space.
I don't know what the idea is, but it looked the same when I saw these two big bald eagles, kind of big birds of prey parked out in this little field with sheep. And then they take off and flew around to their branch. But it was cool. It's cool checking them out. I gotta get my zoom lens action and
Oh man, me
get some
too.
cool eagle photos.
Yeah, I really like having that lens. I'm glad to have like at least that
At
for this
least
time of
one.
year.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Or just because
You do just a
there's
little
not
different.
really a lot you can do with landscape photography.
It's yeah.
Not like vast.
There's a lot of
cool
just
landscape photography.
mud.
At least it's really
Oh yeah.
not so pretty right now.
Yeah.
But it's cool getting to have like some other kind of a way to take pictures, and I really like having the zoom lens just for getting to take some kind of I have so many squirrel pictures on my computer.
Little squirrel pictures. We gotta get
my photos
that
today.
hummingbird.
Oh right,
That little hummingbird out there?
yeah. We have this really cute little like fluffy gray beige hummingbird that comes and lands on this little branch that's on this this little flowery bush that's on the side of
Yeah.
our house. And he goes to the same spot like
Every time?
every time.
He moves his
And he's here
head
every few days.
back and
Yeah, and
forth?
he looks back and forth. Super cute.
Once a second.
Yeah, I want to move that. I want
Let's
to
move
move
that.
that screen
Let's
that's
move
hanging from our window and
Yeah.
set up and have the
Set
telephoto.
up,
Get some
stand
pictures
on a
of him
little
during the
chair.
day. Yeah.
Spy on him. Zoom. Oop, snap.
Yeah. Probably do it from the living room or something.
Oh, yeah.
Shoot into the kitchen.
Yeah,
or-
because that silly lens, it's like
yeah, I can't be that close.
7 feet or something.
Yeah.
Until you can focus. So.
Yeah, I think I probably do have to be in the other room.
You have to be on a ladder. Yeah. That'll be funny. But it'll be cool. You should try it.
I should. Yeah.
We'll try and figure out a way. We can set something up. We're like, oh, yeah, this is the spot. You got to get over here.
Yeah.
We got to get those little pictures. But yeah, we gotta try and get at least a picture of this little guy.
This cute
while he's
little
around.
Yeah.
So we got 2 pictures or 3 pictures or whatever that we're going to talk about. Man, I can hardly wait. Okay, so this one was from this was a photo from 2012. It was on our trip. I think it's kind of in the same kind of collection of the photos that we were talking about yesterday, like the one from Mule Creek and the other one from Yosemite.
Mhm.
Those were both film pictures. Today, this one's a digital picture because I used the D2H a ton on that trip. I think you had what camera? You had the D40
The
then.
D40
yeah.
on that trip.
Wow,
Oh man.
yeah.
And then you also let me use the D2H. For
Oh
some
yeah,
stuff too.
definitely.
But yeah, mostly the D40.
I remember
Wow.
that. Yeah, that was way back. So yeah, this was taken on the D2H, and this was a photograph taken as we left Carson City in late November after our trip through Yosemite. We left Carson City and we were driving south on the 395 to Bishop, California to stay for a couple days before we made it to Lone Pine. I think a lot of our other photos that we had posted had been from that Lone Pine area near the Alabama Hills when we went back. We were there for a few days and we went back for a few days after Thanksgiving because it was so cool to
Yeah.
be there. But I remember, yeah, the first couple days when we were further north, like up in the Bishop area, we took that time to remember driving up that really, really tall road. Just a little Camry. Oh man, I'm so
Yeah.
glad I made it there and then back down.
Me too.
But we went to that really tall old ghost town gold miner spot up there in the mountains.
Yeah.
Walked around and it was really cold and like the storm was just wrapping over the hill, like right there. You just see, like, you looked up another
Yeah,
100
it was-
feet. You just see that nasty, stormy,
Yeah,
wintry.
huge cave,
Yeah.
huge cloud.
Yeah, it was so like heavy. It was just crazy. But I remember like going up there, it was like 9,000 feet or something like that, and then driving back down into the valley, and then taking off down the 395, going south. But it was
Yeah.
really cool spending time up in the Sierra Nevadas. This photo was taken, I think, as you're kind of coming up in elevation over a big section of the hill there while you're in Nevada coming into the California side. But I remember pulling over to the side of the road in the Camry where you can see in this photo next to the 395. And I hiked up this hill that was covered in sagebrush. And if you were to look in this photo, if you kind of turn 90 degrees from this photo, there's this cloud that was really lit up by the sun at the time. And it was one of those cool winter weather phenomena that you see near the evening, and, next to sunlight or sunset. And I took a couple photos against the hillside that was back there. And I've shared those photos before. I think that's another set. But then I turned back around when I was going to hike back down to the Camry and took this photo of the little Camry down there at the pullout, set up with all our stuff, doing some camping. I wonder, were you in the car?
I was out of the car during this picture.
Okay.
I think that I was I guess out to the left.
I think I probably would have put you
Yeah,
out
I
to the
think that
left.
I was taking some pictures of the back of it.
Ooh, yeah. Little Camry trip.
Little
Man,
Camry.
what a crazy car. Yeah, that was after it had 360,000 miles on it. That car
Oh
was
man.
nuts. And it was having little whiny wheel problems. It turned out to be like a bearing that was going loose. And we drove at another 1,000 miles,
Yeah.
2,000 miles probably from that point on. So yeah, we really put that car through it. But it's a
Great
fun,
little car.
a fun photo to see the old Camry and that wintry scene of the
Yeah.
mountains up in the Sierra Nevadas as we were driving through. I miss that area. Like we were talking about
Me
travel. I want to go
too.
back out to that area. But really what I'd like to do is kind of cut out east, hit like Bryce and Zion or something,
Yeah. Me too.
and then come back up through Death Valley, have a truck that can get out to the sailing
Oh my
stones.
gosh. Yeah. I want to do
Right?
that so bad. That was like the only thing
Yeah.
that the Camry couldn't do.
And then we'll
It
jump
did
over
everything else. It went
Yeah.
forded creeks in the
Yeah,
Camry.
everything. I know.
It did everything.
But we
Yeah,
should
I
head
couldn't
over
make it
there.
over those rocks.
We should jump over to Lone Pine and then hit the 395, come back up this way, and then I don't know, take
Yeah,
the 395 all the way up to
go
Oregon
through
if we
that
want.
section again. That'd be so cool.
Yeah, I think it'd be really fun. I'd love to do another trip like that with you.
Me
And
too.
I guess we should try and do it while we can. But yeah, it's fun seeing this picture. So so that was that first picture from 2012. The more recent picture, that was I think there's two photos that went out. That were just kind of fun photos that we had from the snow days that we had earlier this month, like at the end of December, beginning of January, when we had like a snowstorm a week for about 2 or 3 weeks
Yeah.
there. It was kind of cool. It's probably one of the longest sustained periods of snow that I remember in the Willamette Valley for the time I was like going to school up north in Corvallis and the time I've been here in Eugene. It seems like there's really not been a long period of time that we had like a consistent amount of snow.
I think so. Yeah, I don't really remember any time that I was a kid in Corvallis that it really stayed snowy for that long.
Yeah, I remember just days where it was, a stretch of a few days at a time, but it wasn't
Yeah.
really. It didn't seem like it
A
would.
few weeks.
Yeah, it would happen
Most
that
like the whole
next
month.
week again and pile on again. Yeah, it was cool
It
to see it
was.
happen. And I guess further north, like up in Portland, they've had it happen a few more times than that. Like there's been a few
Yeah.
snowstorms that hit them that didn't hit us. And up in Seattle, like I saw Melissa's photos and a few
Oh,
other
me
people's.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, where I guess like Tacoma up to Seattle got a good bit of snow in that section. I missed Portland, missed Eugene and all that, but we're just getting rained on right now. Shoot. But this photo was of a cute, silly little snowman that was built in the quad of the University of Oregon campus. It was kind of a silly photo. And the other photo, which I thought was the coolest one, was this image of that I took of Marina, again using that 80 to 400 millimeter telephoto zoom. And I zoomed in a lot, which was cool. But Marina was coming up over the hill, or this little bit of a rise in the cemetery. That cemetery that's, what is it, on the south side of the University of Oregon
Yeah.
campus? Yeah.
Yeah.
An old cemetery where there's, it's like people from, like 1850s to like 1920s, 1930s, 1940s, maybe. I have a relative
Yeah.
in there. My great grandpa is in the cemetery there. It's cool. So it's a cool piece of history of the area, but this doesn't really show too much of that. It just shows the snow covered ground as it kind of comes up over a small slope as you see Marina walking up toward me, which is cool. I liked it. I like the backlight of it, and I like the glow that the snow provides as it kind of shines up on you to fill in the shadows.
Yeah.
That's the thing I like about shooting in the snow sometimes is you get a
Yeah,
little
you
bit
have
of
sort of a softbox effect.
it seems like it is a softbox effect. Like it makes shadows, or it makes those harsher lines and shadows
Yeah, look really nice.
much more gentle.
Sweet.
Yeah, and that seems to be a lot more attractive when you're trying to take photographs of people or
I think
just
so.
different stuff. Yeah,
Yeah, I like this shot a lot. I think it's really cool. It looks like a neat little scene.
it is cool. Yeah, I liked it. I liked playing around with the walkie-talkies that day.
Oh, me too. That was so fun.
No, it was cool having the walkie, because that's how we set this up. Is Marina had her walkie-talkie
Yeah, I told him it under the
on her bag. I had
cemetery
mine
sign.
on mine, and yeah, we had taken a different route, kind of around two different sides of the building, and then we were swinging back around to intervene with each other again, and then take off. But it was cool. Yeah, when you were coming up to me, I was able to zoom in on you. I spy Marina.
Hey.
Hey, there's Marina. So yeah, a couple of photos that we took. I think I've got a few more coming out tomorrow. We'll probably talk about them then. That'll be cool. But yeah, thanks Marina for doing a little podcast with me, talking about some different photos that we got going up online. It's kind of cool. I've been seeing all the stuff that you've been editing too. I really hope that you get some of this set up. Oh,
Yeah.
like that picture of
I have a
me?
ton of stuff to
I
do
don't know if I've
too.
seen it before, but I really like
Oh
that picture. I think it's cool.
yeah.
I think you
Isn't
should
that
post.
nice? It was
Yeah.
from that hike we did at Pisco with Dakota when he was living here really briefly.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I don't
That's
think
a long
I
time
ever
ago.
used it.
Yeah, I'd kind of forgotten
I
all
just
about
found
that
it. Yeah.
picture. It's weird though, seeing that and like, oh wow, I do look different. Like year over year, you know. You're like, oh weird, that's interesting. Like that was
Well,
right then and
yeah.
right now and stuff. But yeah, it's cool seeing that. I dig it. But yeah, I want to try and get more of my photos from like, because I think there's photos from my trip with that and like other times we've gone out that I haven't used before. I want to try and go back through like you're doing.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I've been spending a lot of time on is just going through all my old photos and making sure I have all of them together in one
Oh
spot,
yeah.
which is a lot of work to make
Oh,
sure
it's
that
so much
absolutely
work.
everything is together in
Oh,
just one place and not a few places,
you know, I've
a
got to
few
jump
different
back on
places.
the Amazon Prime photos thing
Oh,
when we were
you
uploading everything.
should.
I've got
Yeah.
through a number of years, but I really have to push
Used to
hard and get
that.
through the other big years because that's where it's like 100 gigs of a folder to put up. So
Yeah,
uh,
you should totally use that.
I'm going to push really hard to get everything up. I think that's going to be great. I really am glad that we have that to use. I want you
I
to be
think
able
it's
to put
really
everything
cool.
up too. But yeah, I'm trying to get everything up or backed up online. It's cool. There's an app for the iPhone too for it where you can just kind of scroll through them and grab photos and stuff. It's just kind of an
Oh,
interesting, like, oh,
really?
hey, here's all my photos that I've got.
No
And you can set it up to back
way.
up
Oh, that's
your
cool.
camera to your
From your
camera
phone?
roll. Yeah, I think so.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's interesting, but I'm interested in this maybe a little bit more than the Google system because since I pay Amazon, it's cool that I get to put up the full resolution file without
Yeah.
dipping into bandwidth or my storage capacity. Like right now, I'm
hmm
bumping up against this 15 gigabyte free limit that Google has
For
for my email, Google Drive, Google Photos combination.
hmm
And I think it's like Google Photos and some stuff in Google Drive that's taking up all the space. But that's where I think Amazon comes in as a great option to have all my raw files from all the years and stuff, and all
Yeah.
the years and all the video files that we can get.
That would be so cool.
Yeah, I
I
think
would love to have
it's a good idea. I mean,
some
having
cloud
like we have the
storage and all that stuff.
4 terabyte drive and the other 1 terabyte drive here. You've got a terabyte, and I've got another external terabyte. So we've got like other external drives to work with, which is really important. But I really
hmm
appreciate having one that's on the cloud, and I like having it on Amazon too. And I don't suspect that we're gonna drop Amazon Prime soon.
Yeah. That's
It ends
pretty
up being really
useful.
worth it. Yeah.
I like it. Yeah, I think that'd be really cool. I'd love to have my photos exist in
Yeah.
a place that isn't only my hard drives.
Yeah. Let's try and back them all up. Then we can go back through, pull, like we're saying, these different
Yeah.
photos.
Yeah, that's been like the secondary part of what I've been doing with
Yeah.
going through all my old photo stuff is pulling them out to have to go
Dust
out
them
again.
off.
Gotta dust
Add
them
them up.
off.
You know what I want to
Man,
try?
that's what I've been doing too. Yeah, re-editing
Yeah.
stuff. It's
Re-editing is a big deal.
It's a huge deal.
Yeah.
It's weird because I don't really notice it from year to year as I'm doing it, but I see a huge difference. Like just stuff from like a year and a half ago that I was going through. I was re-editing and was thinking, oh man, I swear like Lightroom's better too.
Lightroom.
Like the tools are better. Also, like
Lightroom is a
the
lot
way that
better.
you can affect the photo with the tools that it has is better
Yeah.
and
It
different.
really, yeah.
And I
it really
noticed
is.
that being a big part of it too.
It's a big deal. Yeah. I want to try and get you using the best sensor that we can as soon as possible. Same with me too. I mean, the
I
D3
love
is
that.
great, and having a full frame sensor is a whole new level that I hadn't really worked with
Mhm.
before. But really, D3 is like 10 years
Yeah,
old
so
now.
came
You know,
out.
so there's part of that where you go, oh yeah, but so that means that like 10 years of advancement. Like if we got a full frame sensor that came out now, like a Sony A7R2, that's like
Yeah.
a 42 megapixel image size, really low noise, so there's just all these different abilities that has that ours don't. And you
Mhm.
wonder like, oh, for our archival purposes, or like when we look back in 2060 and we go, oh shoot, in 2017 we really, too bad we took another 8 years to jump to that thing where it's like that's the format or the media or whatever it is, that's the visual size everything needs to be then. We saw, shoot, we just had like
Just missed it.
we took all these from with that camera that couldn't really capture this stuff that well.
Yeah. That's a good thing to think about.
Yeah, a little bit, but having the better tools and stuff, even if they're older, I think is still really a great strategy. Like what we
yeah.
have in mind will still probably be the best thing. What I want to do is really work hard to get that camera, but also get a couple really nice lenses for us
Oh,
to
me
use.
too. I want to get a few more
I feel
lenses.
like that's going to be a big one, just having like 2 or 3 great prime lenses for cool landscapes
I think
that we
so.
want, that make the light really work for us, or have that nice bokeh, that nice sharpness that we really like.
Hmm.
And I feel like that's going to be a big part of like creative stuff, is like just picking really the right tools for us that are like a little
Yeah,
bit different than other people's. I
I
don't know
think.
how you really get to that. It's tough, but
Well, I think. Yeah, I think that like I've noticed I really love our 14 millimeter,
oh, I do
and I
too.
want to like upgrade that someday. I
Right.
really like the one that we have, but I noticed like that. I like that style, and I like getting into
Yeah.
like that kind of photo
Yeah.
stuff, and I like the kinds of things that we can do with that.
I think that's, yeah, I think that lens is really interesting. There's a lot of other ones that are really interesting.
Yeah,
And
and then
I know
all the ones
there's,
that we don't have.
yeah, well, yeah, there's other stuff. I really want just like 3 or 4, but I just want the
The
best,
right
the right
ones.
one. Probably prime or whatever, but just the right, oh, this one, and this one.
Hmm.
Those are the good ones to work with this, and it's not a hindrance at all, or whatever it is.
Yeah,
But yeah, I want to try it with you at least.
I do
Try and
too.
use.
I want to build out that part of our photo gear collection the most seriously. Like I think we've talked about this a little bit before, but I want to like have the investment and the attachment really be to the lenses that we
Oh
have.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
I want to build that out as being like the really nice part of our equipment, and then the bodies being something. I mean, this is in a world where we just have cash to turn over our camera
yeah. It's
bodies all
not a
the
big
time.
deal to get a $1,200 D3 body.
Yeah, but I want to be at a place where like that's something that
Yeah,
is easier to let go of. Like I'm gonna hold on to my D7000 for like all the video stuff that I can do with it
oh
still that
yeah,
I won't be
definitely.
able to do with a D3.
Sure.
And also it's my first camera that I owned. That was
Yeah,
my
it's fun
first
to keep.
professional one
I
that I
think it's
got for
fun.
myself. So I think it's really cool, and it's still such a good camera.
It
It's really
definitely is a
great. So
great
there's a
camera.
ton that
Yeah.
I can do with that. Um, but I want to have my next camera be one that I'm not really specifically planning on keeping forever, but that I'm planning on having for like
Right.
a few years.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to get a new one because I would need a new one to be a professional photographer who's working and staying like up to
Yeah.
the quality.
I think
that
there
I would
was
need.
there's a little review of the guy who was Obama's photographer, like there's a
Oh,
White
yeah.
House, there's White House photographers that are there and around all the time doing that as staff at
Mhm.
different levels of strata. But then there's like Obama, the president's
His
photographer,
photographer.
said like 2,800 frames a day would probably be like what it was, which seems like a lot.
Burn out a camera body.
Yeah, and so that's what it is like every 6 months, you need a new body just because you're
Use the
burning
shutter.
it. And I think that's, I mean, not that that's everybody's situation, but that's kind of an interesting, or where it's like, oh,
Yeah, you
you're
used
burning it
that
out.
tool.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're using it to get the photos and to get the history and make the media and document the stuff. So
Mhm.
archive stuff. So, it's being used for what it's for, even at work. Like, as I take 300 pictures a day or something like that, which is still, not the same. I guess when I was doing the raft stuff, I took maybe 800 a day.
Yeah, I was gonna ask because I bet you did a ton of that.
That was a pretty sustained amount of time of me like tick, 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 motor
Yeah.
driving through pictures. So I wonder what this guy's doing. To get to 28, man, that's a lot. But I remember, yeah, or most days I take about 300 pictures, and it seems like you just kind of, I don't know, it's not a ton. Or you're
Yeah.
taking pictures all day though. It just seems like, and similarly, you're just using the equipment to get the frames for the value that they provide, but it's not so
Right.
much about, or you just sort of feel like you're using a tool up,
Right. Yeah.
like you're just using something to work with instead of like a more precious piece of, piece of your creativity or something,
Yeah.
which is sometimes
Yeah. It's
what I
just the
put on.
tool that you use up, like the paint. that you
Yeah,
lay to finish.
I guess so. Yeah, probably. Yeah, like paint. You just want to finish to make the art with. But I go back and forth, and I really want to keep all the cool. I like collecting cameras a lot, so I really don't like burning up gear that much, and I'm pretty cautious about it. But I think it'd be really cool though to work on like getting some special lenses, even outside of Nikon lenses. I was trying to think of stuff that was like the just like the best at the top end. Or
Yeah.
something,
That we
whatever
could
it is.
get like a mount for.
Yeah, and I think they even make them set for Nikon sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Like the
I bet they.
Rokinon, is not a Nikon. It's not as nice maybe as a Nikon.
Right, but it's
they're
made to match up with that.
yeah. And then so there's the Strata under the Nikon brand, but there is a Strata kind of above.
Above
Like
it.
if you bought Leica or Carl Zeiss or whatever kind of special lenses that are out there that are for pro Nikon stuff. I'm sure they're great. I'm sure they're like $3,500 lens though. So probably not what I'll need, but like even just like an f1.4 prime of whatever we've got, like a 35 or an 85 or something like that. That's $1,500, which you should get.
Yeah.
Those are probably like the better ones. Like we got, we got the newer one. So it should be on our plan, but that'd be so cool to get prepped. I want to have like the best little creative tool set we can.
Yeah.
Make some pro stuff. Be a good idea. These are just dreams. Podcast dreams.
We're getting closer.
Yeah, thanks, Marina. We've done a lot more this year, like than any other. Probably like getting a set of studio equipment, like kind of through the house.
Yeah.
And stuff really for our bags too.
Oh man, I love our bags.
Oh yeah, they're great.
So nice having.
Yeah, it's really cool. I think having the Magnum Pro bags from Low Pro are really cool. Like the bottom base is really cool. I like how tall they are. I like how much I could fit in it really in most ways.
I do too. I like how tough it feels.
Yeah. And I knew you would like having a bigger bag. I really liked having just a video bag that I used to have.
Yeah.
Or, that I used for a long time. And this choice was to really be a replacement for that, where it was really like a full size side bag that you had all of your equipment in.
I like it a lot. I like having that size very, very much. Yeah, what brand is that one that I had? That smaller bag. Was that also a Low Pro one?
I think they've all been low. Yeah, I think that was a Low Pro. Yeah.
I liked that bag as the bag that it was, but you could only fit the camera with its lens on it.
It was really meant for a D40 sized camera kit.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah,
like
I could
film
see.
Camera or something.
Man, it's so strange. The D40 is such a tiny little camera.
Very tiny compact camera, yeah.
But yeah, I could see that with a lens and then another lens in the bag. I think I could fit my Pentax camera and 2 lenses in the bag. But it's so small, and that's like if you're going out to take one kind of a picture of a really specific thing.
Yeah, that's more than enough space for me when I first started. I just had the D40 in that bag and a memory card. That was it.
Yeah, if that's all you got, is great.
I took that thing everywhere there for a long time, but yeah, it's probably for just a pretty small compact SLR.
I got too many lenses now, Billy.
Too big. That's why we got pro bags, Rita.
Telephoto in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like having pro bags.
Oh no, it's great.
It's been really cool.
It's the best. We got
I really like how tough it feels. Like I like feeling like my camera is.
It'll be durable. Safe. Yeah, it'll last us a long time. Yeah, it'll be cool to have some good stuff to travel with and just some good stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we can set up however we want to. So it'll be fun. Thanks for getting some good stuff.
Thanks, Billy.
Ooh, thanks for talking little equipment stuff. Little equipment dreaming. What do we could get there?
So many camera gear dreams.
We really got to pick something out though. I want to make it a big goal for us this year to do some of the stuff that we've been talking about and get some of that stuff achieved. It'd be cool.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can. We'll try and make some progress on it, but I really want to just get out and go on some more trips with you soon.
Me too. Yeah, I'm excited. It was really rainy today, but it was warmer.
We're in the mid of February. We're in the thick of it right now. We've got another month, and I bet we'll feel 10 times lighter.
Yeah.
In what's going on, as we're kind of lifting out of March, coming into April. It's all right, Daylight savings time. Woo. Longer hours, light out till 6 sort of stuff. So it's
it's gonna be so cool.
Yeah, we'll start seeing the year kind of move on, which will be very nice, I think.
I think so.
I think it'll be cool. Well, thanks for doing this podcast with me, Marina.
Thanks for having me on again.
Ooh, I appreciate you helping me out do episode 79.
I'm excited for episode 80 coming up.
80.
That's so cool.
80.
Congratulations on so many podcasts.
Thanks for doing some silly podcasts with me for so long. It's pretty cool.
Thanks, Billy.
I appreciate it. So on behalf of Marina Hansen, my name is Billy Newman, and thank you very much for listening to this episode of the Billy Newman Photo Podcast.